140 over 2.5 fourth down conversions was intriguing. I thought this was an interesting one. Plus 140, Jake Elliott over 1.5 field goals. I get there's been a lot of scoring in these playoff games, but and not a lot of field goals. But I think I could see Jake Elliott kicking 2 field goals in that game on Sunday.
A lot of these guys I follow on Twitter will say something about the sports books need so-and-so to win or do this because it would be good for them because everybody's betting on the other side. I saw one this week, though, Troy, that I'd never seen before. The sports books need purple or yellow Gatorade instead of blue or orange or green or red to profit from that one. So the Gatorade thing is always a big deal.
That's a weird one to me. I've actually said, I could be wrong, but I was seeing that yellow was minus 175, which is crazy. I don't know where they come up with that. So somebody's got some intel.
Well, that's the original.
Yeah, I'm seeing that's really, I'm not joking. This is not me being funny. That's gaining steam. People are really putting real money down on that. So I don't know if they have some intel. All it takes is one phone call to the equipment guy and you could cash that ticket. No problem. Right.
Well, heads or tails? Which side do you always go? I mean, I always go tails.
I'm going to go tails as well. It will be interesting. I don't know who gets to call it, but let's go tails on that one.
Okay. Heads or tails? Tails never fails. Never
fails.
I
will say my biggest bet of the weekend, I'm going to give it out free, and some people don't like to lay a lot of juice, and I get it. You can get minus 130 odds on this. It's a 7-point teaser, so you're going to get 8.5 points or 8 points with the Eagles, and I'm going to tease it under 55.5. I don't think that game's getting above 55.5 points. So, and I'd feel pretty dang good getting the Eagles at plus 8 or 8.5. So 7-point teaser, all books are going to offer that anywhere you go. Some are minus 130 or 140. You got to lay a little bit more juice, but in a game that's going to be this tight, adding an extra 7 points on your side and your total, I think you're in pretty good shape.
Hey, going back to Barkley one last time, you mentioned that the Chiefs haven't given up a 100-yard rusher in 25 straight games. The over-under on Barkley, though, is 112.5. So you'd go, well, a trend is your friend. Why would I get in the way of Steve Spagnuolo and what he's doing with that defense? And yet, that's a superstar we're talking about, and that's a pretty low total for him.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? Because just about every game I've watched the Eagles, he could get stuff, and then boom, 70, right? And so I think, is he going to do that in the Super Bowl? I think that's the million-dollar question. You don't really see him do, 10 carries for 50 yards. It doesn't really happen with Barkley. He seems to bust one every game. Will we see that in the Super Bowl? I think it's the big question mark. If we don't, then he probably goes under that total. But he, throughout the course of the year, I mean, my God, the guy goes over 2,000 yards. You got to think he's going to go over 112 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I'm with you on I like that teaser bet you have. The under, I think I know that it's un-American to do the under. We talk about it all the time, but I don't know, 48.5 points with these two defenses, the way that they're playing, and you mentioned the Spagnuolo. I mean, since he's taken over in 19, he's never given up a 100-yard rusher. So maybe that obviously could change. Coming up on Sunday, but the Chiefs have a very good defense as well. They have a game plan to probably try and suffocate Barkley and make Jalen Hurts beat him in the passing game. So, yeah, I think you're looking at a 24-21, 23-20 type game, which certainly hits the under. All right, give me what about MVP?
Well, if you're going to go with the Eagles, you got to go Barkley, and I think you're getting about plus 240 with him at the MVP. Jalen Hurts has not been putting up the MVP type numbers. He might in this game, though. I do think he's going to have to throw the ball to win. Another prop bet, A.J. Brown plus 180 to anytime touchdowns. Interesting. He's been kind of snoozing the last few games, but I think he's going to need to have a big game. But I think if you're going to go Eagles, you probably got to go Barkley. I think that's the obvious play. But Hurts would be right behind him because I do think he's going to have a big game in order for them to win.
Jim, you want to sneak in one more before we cut him loose?
Yeah, I do. You got anything on the national anthem, Troy? I mean, you favor a slow singer over a fast singer?
Hey, Jim, do you know who it is?
I don't know who it is.
I've never heard of the guy. I know it's been coming up on all over the place. You'd have to look that. I've never heard of the guy. I have heard several people, at least in my small research that I've done, they're leaning on the over.
Super Bowl anthem. I don't know who it is. Super Bowl anthem 2025.
You'd know him. It's some new hip guy. He's
some new hip guy.
I know. I should know the name. He's popular, but not my era.
John Baptiste. Yeah. You'll recognize him. He's very good.
Yeah.
Is Kendrick Lamar the halftime show?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. That I knew. That I knew.
I was listening.
Are you
the other
amazed
day-
that I knew that?
I was amazed that you knew that. I was listening in the car the other day to Chris Stapleton's national anthem from 2 years ago? Greatest one ever.
That was fantastic.
No
Yep,
one
I
will
agree.
ever top Chris Stapleton's national anthem from
Totally
a couple years
agree.
ago. That
Totally
was
agree.
phenomenal. All right, Jim, which way are you leaning?
I'm kind of leaning with Troy on that one, and Mike Garafolo. I'm probably
You got
going to go
Eagles.
with the Eagles.
Okay. All right, Troy. Happy betting to you at the Angel of the Winds Casino. Puck
Yes, sir.
Sports.
We'll have
You're
you
the
up here
best.
live next year.
Okay, yeah,
Jim,
live next year.
Jim would love it. They've got a brewery inside the sports book. A
really?
full-on 210 brewing inside the sports book. Heritage Distillery's got a whiskey bar inside the sports book. I mean, the place, I'll tell you what, I don't want to knock the Tulalip if you're still sponsoring, but it actually puts that place to shame.
We're no sponsor. no
No,
sponsor.
Troy, you're set up there with the screens in the background. Nice job.
This
Angel
is
of
just
the
a
Winds.
small little studio. You've got the massive screens going on right over there.
Yeah, well, Angel of the Winds.
Okay.
Put me in contact with somebody at the
Yes,
Angel
sir.
of the Winds.
I will do so.
ASAP right now. All right, Troy. Please go to TroyWins.com. Get the latest and everything up there. When they go there, they're going to find one.
Guys, we're doing 7 days free right now. That includes everything. You're going to get our Super Bowl picks, our prop bets. We do golf picks. We do absolutely everything. It's TroyWins.com. Even when the NFL comes to an end, we'll be covering college basketball at a high level, the NBA, hockey, you name it. Fade the Kraken, Jim. You can make a lot of money fading the Kraken right now.
All right, fade the Kraken.
Who's your pick at the Waste Management?
You know what? I've got a live wager on Wyndham Clark. You could get him yesterday. It's still at plus 800 when he was battling for the lead. And then I've got some top 20s. I do need a Hashkia. Is it Bahidi? I need him top 20. I never say that name right, but you know what?
Right. You
He's going to
nailed
get in the top 20. Top
All
20.
right. Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it. We'll maybe next week we'll figure it out. We'll catch up with you again. But appreciate it. Thanks, Troy. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
Thanks, guys. Take care, guys. Enjoy.
See you, Troy.
Troy wins. Somebody keeps saying I don't have Adam Hadwin this week, Ryan Downey. No, I do not. He's 7 birdies in a row. No. Adam Hadwin.
Yeah, I got the wrong Canadian. I got Nick Taylor.
Oh, yeah, you went with because he won it last year.
Yep.
The old.
And Gary Woodland. I was thinking about the sentimental Gary Woodland.
I'm so mad. I went with, I thought no one else in my league took him. I thought I was going to sneak him in. And he's been playing great golf. There's a local connection with him, Andrew Novak. And he had a pretty good day yesterday, but now he is 1 over.
Well, what's he over?